Go.
This is a go. This is the Desert Bears podcast. My name is Davy, your host. In front of me is
Garit Heaton.
And to my left is
Mark Knott.
Today we have a special guest.
Adam.
Adam is joining us today in the studio.
Hi, Adam.
We appreciate his opinions, and I'm sure he will contribute to the conversation. Awesome. I'm starting off tonight with an awesome topic. We talk about technology, movies, music, movies, all sorts of things. And I want to talk about the Apple iPad.
Dun, dun, dun.
It's had some life. Everyone has one. They sold over 7 million iPads before Christmas.
Ridiculous.
Crazy. I think they have over 15 million iPads sold.
That's what I've heard. Somewhere in that range, for sure.
Probably worldwide. Who knows?
Yeah.
I would like to just mention that you do not own any other Apple products besides an iPad.
True. Well, an iPod.
You had an iPod, yeah.
I have an
knew you
iPod.
had.
That I don't consider an Apple product, though. It's like a portable hard drive.
Oh, yeah.
Interesting.
That's what I think of it as. It's like music hard drive. Thank you, Magic Music device, for storing my things. iPad is awesome. It has revolutionized tablet computing, or what people think tablet computing is, originating from science fiction, Star Trek, Ender's Game.
Yeah.
Think of those black consoles that Geordie LaForge was typing on at the engineering station.
Yeah, it seems like the captain always had like a stack of tablets, too, that he was...
Which is like a black console.
Yeah, and they always handed him, they never handed in papers. It was always an iPad. Like they
Exactly.
Yeah.
So science fiction is real. Okay.
But I think those tablets were thinner, just so you know.
Yeah, probably.
Well, I completely agree with you. It's incredible what this thing has done. And what did it come out in June?
June, yeah,
Yeah.
summertime last year.
It's ridiculous what it's done to the world. It's changed technology, and everyone is looking at it as the pinnacle of what to be. I saw an awesome tweet about CES saying everyone at CES was trying to be the one company that wasn't there. Apple wasn't at CES, but everyone was trying to make an iPad, their tablet, or somehow make an accessory for either compete with the iPad or make an accessory for the iPad.
They're all gonna fail.
Dude,
Yeah,
I never
exactly.
realized that. Apple doesn't go to CES ever.
They pulled out a couple of years ago, didn't they?
They
used
pulled
to
out-
go.
That was
right?
Macworld, wasn't it?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they pulled out of
you're right.
Macworld, which is I don't know why they did that, but yeah.
Well, I know why. They're elitist jerks.
They don't even like their own fans.
They decide, and we're going to talk about this. They decide what they sell, what content you have on your stupid thing, and basically, I'm a slave to whatever they produce, and we all are actually. So it's been out for a while. You know, I tried a few things out on this thing. I think it's awesome. The apps are kind of slow, and I think right now there are still no killer apps for it.
No killer apps.
Even the game you just downloaded.
It's just a game, though.
Okay.
It's
What do you
not
mean
a
by
reason-
killer apps?
Killer apps. A killer app is something that you have to buy the system for, the device for, to have access to.
Okay.
What would be
Like-
another
Wait,
example?
would you
Another-
consider maybe the gaming on that platform the killer app?
No.
Because I think some people would say that.
Because it's a very unique platform. I'm thinking of Angry Birds.
I wouldn't buy the iPad for Angry Birds.
Well, I would.
Maybe just the iOS in general as a gaming platform. I don't know.
I don't know. See, I'm still not convinced. I have like over 20 games on this thing, and I think each of them are equally not as... I like to devote a certain amount of time to video games and I can do that on a console, but every game I'm looking at in my games folder is like, I can play that for 2 minutes while I'm sitting in the bathroom.
Yeah.
And that's it.
He's got a point.
Do you have the 3G or the Wi-Fi?
Wi-Fi?
Do you think you would use it more if you had the 3G as
No.
like mapping or anything like that?
No. Most places you go to nowadays have Wi-Fi anyway, so it's like...
I was thinking like in the car mounted on your dash.
No, I would never do that.
Okay, I have two questions.
Yeah.
When you first bought it, or when you
Yes.
were thinking about buying it, what in your mind was going to be the killer app for you? And it,
I don't know. That's the problem. For like the first 3 months, there was like nothing. Like
yeah.
like the store was just this dearth of things that people thought you could kind of translate well to a touchscreen device. A lot of things people thought were good. I mean, they got like Apple Pages and numbers and spreadsheets. You can do all that, but would you really do that on a tablet computer? You go home and do that on a real computer.
Yeah, I think so.
I love this device because it is like the internet machine.
I don't know. I kind of like the Pages idea. It's a lot more prevalent on college campuses.
Really? Do you
I
see
see
a lot of them?
people with iPads now, and they'll be taking notes through Pages. Whether that means they're typing actually on the tablet itself or bringing in just a small Bluetooth keyboard, it's still not a big deal, and it's thinner, lighter than a lot of your MacBook products.
Yeah, yeah. No, anytime someone's looking for a laptop, I say look at the iPad. Think about what you do daily, probably Facebook and email and, like you're saying, Pages. If that's all you're doing in a day, the iPad is perfect for you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, and on those lines, does it bother you to not have Flash and the few limitations that it has now?
No, because at first it did, but as the months wore on, most people are converting to acceptable formats anyway.
So
it's not a problem.
If that's kind of its main use, then you say the limitations don't bother you. It's
Well,
not an issue.
it's because Apple's flexing its muscles and they're forcing the rest of the universe to conform to what
is bad.
exactly. HTML5.
Well, now Google's fighting HTML5 even, aren't they? They've come up. I don't even know what it's called.
Their super weird new format thing.
The reality
I
is
can't remember what it's called.
the reality is this: people are still trying to figure out what to do with it, and it won't happen for another year or so.
So, second question is, what is the killer app that you're looking forward to now, or is there one?
I guess it would be a game. I am looking forward to Swords and Sorcery EP by Super Brothers.
Now, is that really cool?
It is a
low bitrate kind of a
it's
look.
that pixel game.
Yeah.
Idea from Super Brothers. He's a pixel artist, and he's been developing this game since 2009. And when I bought my iPad, I was hoping that it would be released, but it hasn't yet. I'm still waiting for it.
2011.
Yeah, they say it should be out. Here's a screenshot for all of you that can't see it at home.
Now, you can play like demos of that, or
No, not yet.
because you showed me something once
There's
upon a time.
there's something animated, right?
Yeah, they have animated previews of it, and they have had some playable demos at CES or.
So maybe what you showed me was just
Toronto.
a video or something
Yeah.
of it. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I remember it, and it was really cool. I liked the idea.
Yeah, and still waiting for it. People are still figuring out what to do with this thing, and as long as Apple keeps telling us what to do with it, people will still be jailbreaking it. And I wish.
Oh yeah, you should talk about your jailbreaking experience.
I jailbroke my iPad for a day, and I bricked it on accident and lost some stuff. But it's still too new to make a real conclusion on what it is. I mean,
Now, why has I don't know. I guess for me, you talk about killer app. I think the device is killer. There's so much that you can do on it. I mean, it's sold 15 million. Why you're saying it's not? I'm confused with what you're saying. Are you saying it's not a success?
I think
it's
the
not.
definition that he was saying is that
there's not one thing to buy it for.
Okay, but maybe that's why it's so appealing. Is you can buy it for anything.
But maybe I'm missing the point here. Maybe it's like the one thing I use it the most for. It's just the internet. I can do all of my internet stuff on it. I can tweet, Google, Facebook, everything I wanted to do on my home computer and internet wise. I can pretty much do in my lap, on my couch, in my underwear.
I would like to test that. I wonder.
Do you like that mental image, Adam? Adam likes that.
Nope, not at all. I think what a big appeal is like I mentioned before, college campuses, business world.
Yeah.
There are a lot of businesses converting to iPad and having paperless business transactions. You go to the Apple store in person and they've all got iPod touches where they're making your transaction there.
Yeah.
And so there's this whole portability thing, paperless thing that it really is taking over mobile computing. I think.
I agree with you. I think the few things I can't live without, if I were to lose this or let it fall in a toilet or something, I love having books on it, reading PDFs. I've got tons of books on here. Comic books are incredible.
Yeah,
textbooks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That was kind of the
amazing.
I remember the first like cool app that came out was that reader.
Yeah.
And to me, that's still kind of like one of the coolest things of the iPad.
The PDF app, is that what it is?
Yeah. Well, and you can read comics and junk on it too, I thought, right?
Well, and once they start animating these comics and making them more interactive on making that kind of format, isn't that going to blow up for you? I mean, that should be pretty amazing.
It'll be awesome, but that'll be like a year from now.
Graphic novels and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Where you're seeing some sort of action going on in the story.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have those, but they're just videos.
Right.
Yeah. So lots of stuff. iPad 2 will be awesome. Hopefully it'll fix some things people are griping about.
If it has that stupid Retina screen, like honestly, I'm right now. I would much prefer a Android tablet just because I'm not sold on that iOS. I completely hate it most of the time.
Yeah.
Just from my experience on my iPhone 3G.
Well, you're a power junkie. This thing is really underpowered. There's like no memory. There's like no hard drive on it. I think they'll address some of those problems.
To bring up the cliched word openness, I would say, like you say that you feel like you're under the iron fist of Apple, you know, like it's kind of deciding what you do and how you use it.
And they decide what I can put on because they have to, approve or disapprove of applications that I can buy through their store. So it's kind of weird. Yeah,
the thing that I am sort of liking the most right now, I mean, well, CES has introduced like thousands of new tablets, and and I think the future is going to be the Terra 2 Core 2 Duo type processors, dual core processors with way more guts and stuff. But a really, really, really affordable option right now is the Color Nook from Barnes and Noble. And
people hack the Nook?
Yeah, they hack the Nook. And but what I heard recently is that
Does it play Doom?
Eventually, they're going to.
Does it?
I don't know.
Eventually, and this is cool, they're going to hack it for you, so you don't have to hack it. They're just going to sort of open it up and allow you to have the access to the market store and put whatever you want on there. And it is like half the cost of anything else, and it's comparable.
Yeah.
I mean, most of the Android tablets have a 1 gigahertz like Snapdragon or Hummingbird or whatever. Yeah. And this is like a 700 or 800 megahertz, and so it's close, but it's a fraction of the price.
I think what all these other manufacturers are completely not realizing, the reason the iPad has done so well is the fact that my 3-year-old can use it.
Yes.
That's why it's been so successful. Is you pick it up and you know exactly how it works.
It's familiar too. It's everyone has a stupid iPhone, and it's familiar. It's like bigger.
Yeah. Well, it's just the idea of I want this, so I touch it. It's that simple.
Absolutely, and I think that's a huge appeal for why we keep. My wife has an iPhone, and she has these toddler games, and my 2.5-year-old can tell you just about any color of anything. You just point to something and say, "What color is this?"
Yeah.
And she'll recognize it because there are games that will say, it'll have a choice of colors, and it will tell you the color, and she has to choose one.
Yeah.
And so she's learned colors, letters, numbers by these games, these 99-cent games on the Apple Store, and I think that's a powerful thing. She knows how to unlock it. I don't think she knows the password yet, but they're ingenious and
She'll
they're
be
great kids tools.
No
and I'm not saying buy your kid an iPad.
No,
I am.
Well, see, the problem I have right now is I'm teaching teenagers, and the problem I see is there's such an addiction now too. Yeah. Where, we can't live without our devices. We're always attached to them. We're taking them, to religious services. They're in schools, and then we just kind of detach ourselves from.
There was a
physical reality, and now it's all virtual reality.
Actually, I want to talk real quick about kids. Finish on kids, then go on to your addiction subject. I got my kid an iPod Touch. It's my old one, but I gave it to him because we were going on a road trip, and I was looking at the portable DVD players, and those are like $100.
I'm like, stupid.
Yeah, I'm like, why would I get him a portable DVD player when I can get him an iPod Touch, put games on it, put movies on it, put music on it, get him headphones, and then get the other kid. Get her an iPod Touch too, and they never have to talk to each other, and they'll be great.
The car ride is peaceful for the parents.
You'll never hear that.
Stop touching me! Stop touching me! Never again.
But onto the addiction. Yeah, I completely agree with you. Actually, just this last week in church, I actually wasn't there because I got a sick kid, but my wife was there, and the bishop was talking about how that the kids shouldn't bring their cell phones and stuff into church and should be texting and stuff. And meanwhile, my wife is sitting there looking at the scripture on her iPhone, and she's like, "Wait a second, that includes me. Like, I'm using my phone for a good purpose right now." And I think some people are just scared of technology because kids have like taken hold of it. But
the Amish,
yeah, like the Amish. I think with this new technology, I mean, to quote Spider-Man, with great power comes great responsibility.
Hey, that I think that belongs in our nerdy show here.
So for the first few months, I was hiding the iPad because I was an elitist jerk, and people would come up to me.
Yeah, how many times did you have to answer the questions about the iPad?
It was stupid, but after seeing it in the wild, after it first came out, I knew I had to have one, and I got one, and I don't regret it.
Good.
I don't regret it because it's awesome. Dead Space for the iPad is probably the best game I've ever seen on the iPad. It's awesome. Yeah. Hopefully, Swords and Sorcery will come out pretty soon.
Whenever you say Swords and Sorcery, I always get mixed up with that new game that's either out or coming out that is basically about flinging swords around. Have you seen that one? It's got some kind of like magic.
Magic.
Well, magic's a terrible word, but
magic.
The graphics engine is really, really cool.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's definitely not pixel art. It's
I will
on
tell
the
you
other end of the scale.
I will tell you a game I just barely got, though, since we're running out of time. I did pick up Monster Hunter Tri for the Wii. It is the coolest freaking game I have ever played.
Is it a download for the Wii?
No, it is a super game for the realness of buying it and putting it inside your Wii and playing it.
Do you have to stand up to put it inside the console? I don't understand how this works.
You open the package and you take the disc out and then you put it in the Wii.
Wait, wow. You have to use your hands?
Wait.
You actually use your hands.
That's weird.
So tell me about the game real quick.
Okay, awesome. It's the biggest thing in Japan right now.
Really?
Like Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh were. Everyone plays Monster Hunter. Most of the Monster Hunter games have come out on the PlayStation Portable, and you basically kill the crap out of monster dinosaurs, loot their bodies, and make obscene armor and weapons, and go on. It's not your standard role playing game. I mean, you get sent on assignments to hunt the Great Jaggy, and you take assignments, kill monsters.
That actually sounds really fun.
Collect things.
That's the kind of game I would love.
You could join people online and hunt bigger animals.
Cool.
The
so
graphics.
You can do raids.
Yes, like 4-person raids.
I love 4-person raids.
So you hunt dinosaurs. I see the appeal of the game as a portable game because you can play it and just do short little things and keep working on your person. But
is it like a portable WoW?
I wouldn't compare it to WoW, but it is addicting and awesome. Monster Hunter Tri. It came out last year, and they're probably making one for the new PlayStation Portable. So keep your eyes open. Biggest thing in Japan. Anyway,
just because I want to say a new game that I started playing yesterday. Is a game called Magica.
Magica.
On Steam.
I've seen that.
Yeah.
Yes, isn't that the one with like the 4 wizards?
Yeah, you're just little dinky wizards that
Have you
can
seen
pick your
the
color
commercial
robe.
for that?
Uh-uh.
There is a hilarious commercial for that game. That it looks like 1980s.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's satire. Like it's really.
Is it a PC game? What is it?
Yeah. Well, it's Steam, so you can probably get it on Mac too.
Yeah.
But it's really funny. But basically the premise is that you have like 8 elements, and they're key bound to keys, and then you have like 5 slots, and you just like key in these, like a fire and a wind and this, and then it creates like different spells. And you just run around, you're this little wizard, and you just kind of like.
Is it like an 8-bit type of thing? Or?
No, it's
pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty good graphics. And I played it like all night last night. It's really fun.
Yeah, they came out with like an infomercial trailer for Magica that I saw on.
We got to hear it now.
Online.
Explain to us what we're seeing.
A black screen. The video is loading.
Black screen.
It's rated T for teen. Let me pull this up.
Welcome to the rich and enchanting world of Magica. Today we will be showing you how to deal with some of the beasts that will be pestering you along your journey for power.
Only $9.99.
Yeah, it's.
My element of choice for today.
So it's like an infomercial with these robed guys doing fire spells.
And he's burning a cardboard monster. they're not actually showing game footage.
It's
Just men in robes.
And it's funny in the game. Whenever you interact with people and they talk to you, it's gibberish and it's kind of funny. Like so, you just have to read everything and it's like blaka blaka blaka.
Kind of like the Simish. This from The Sims.
Some guy is blowing foam at a cardboard monster. Anyway,
It's just chopping up a cardboard dragon right now.
Okay, so that's what it really looks like. But
wow. So is it fun?
I really like it. Yeah. A lot of people have been complaining that it's really, really buggy. They've already released like 5 updates to it, but I haven't had any issues.
Yeah.
It's just been good.
I think isn't it made by a Scandinavian developer?
I have no idea.
I have no idea either.
I think Angry Birds is. How many times can I bring up Angry Birds in this podcast?
Oh my gosh, Angry Birds.
This is how I'm gonna get rich: is developing a tiny little 99-cent app and
that's all you
make
need.
a lot of money.
My goal in life is to make $1 million. That's all I need. I just need $1 million idea, and then I can sit on my couch and live off the investment.
Well done.
Play with your brand new iPad.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, we've come to a close for this episode because we've run out of time. So, I'm Davy, your host.
Garit Heaton.
And to my left,
Mark Knott.
thanks, Adam, for joining us
Thank you.
in this special episode of Love
And iPads.
Magic.